by Dr.S.Karthikarani, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics, CPA College, Bodhi. What do you know about waves? The relation between waves and energy transfer. Waves transfer energy. The energy transferred by waves can be considerable. This is the example for waves. It is also wave how to transfer. This also how represent how the wave travels. What is the definition of wavelength? Wavelength is the shortest distance after which the wave pattern repeats itself, the distance between two identical points on the wave. The symbol of wavelength is lambda. Frequency. The frequency of the wave is the number of waves in each second. It is measured in hertz. The period of wave is the time taken for one complete wave to pass the point. It is measured in seconds. The relation between frequency and period. Frequency is equal to 1 by t. If you want to calculate time period, just rearrange the previous equation. T is equal to 1 by f. Longitudinal wave. In this type of wave, particles vibrate back and forwards along the direction the wave is traveling. Sound wave is a longitudinal wave. Transverse wave. In this type of wave, particles vibrate at right angles to the direction of motion of the wave. Light and all forms of electromagnetic radiations are transverse waves. Visible light is the only type of light. Is it myth or reality? All radiation is harmful. Is it myth or reality? Where does light from? In daytime, lights from sunlight, and night we get light from moon. Artificially we will get man-made electricity. Light is a disturbance of electric and magnetic fields that travels in the form of a wave. Like all waves, it can be described as having peaks, troughs, frequency, wavelength, amplitude, and it transfers energy. This is the symbolic representation of electromagnetic spectrum. The electromagnetic spectrum consists of all the different wavelengths of electromagnetic radiation, including light, radio waves, and X-rays. Radio wave is the longest wavelength and having lowest frequency. Radio waves are longer than 1 millimeter. Radio wavelengths are found everywhere in the background radiation of the universe, in the interstellar clouds, and in the cool remnants of supernova explosion. Radio stations use radio wavelengths, that is 10 cm to 1000 meter of electromagnetic radiation, to send signals that our radios then translate into sound. These wavelengths are typically 1 meter long in the frequency modulation band. The radio station transmits electromagnetic radiation, not sound. The radio station encodes a pattern on the electromagnetic radiation it transmits, and then our radios receive the electromagnetic radiation, decodes the pattern, and translates the pattern into sound. This is the image represent microwaves. The wavelength of microwaves is 0.1 to 10 centimeter. This is the basic of space communication. The wavelength of infrared rays is 0.1 centimeter to 0.0007 centimeter. The size will be similar to single bacteria. Visible light covers the range of wavelengths from 400 to 700 nanometer. Our eyes are sensitive only to this small portion of the electromagnetic spectrum. Sun emits most of its radiation in the visible range, which our eyes perceive as the colors of the rainbow. Ultraviolet Ultraviolet radiation has wavelengths of 10 to 310 nanometer. Young hot stars produce a lot of ultraviolet light and back interstellar space with this energetic light. This is the example of how ultraviolet rays are used. X-rays. X-rays range in wavelength from 0.01 to 10 nanometer. They are generated, for example, by superheated gas from exploding stars and quasars where temperatures are near a million to 10 million degrees. Gamma rays. Gamma rays have the shortest wavelengths of less than 0.01 nanometer, about the size of an atomic nucleus. This is the highest frequency and most energetic radiation region of the electromagnetic spectrum. Gamma rays can result from nuclear reactions taking place in objects such as pulsars, quasars, and black holes. The electromagnetic wavelength of each can be remembered from the following quotes. Rabbits bamboo in very useful expensive gardens. Here from the rabbits where R can be represent radio, M represent microwaves, I represent infrared, V represent visible light, U for UV, X for X-rays, J for gamma rays. Thank you.